What is going on, everybody? My name is Dakota and welcome back to Dakota's Colognes. Today we are going to be comparing oceans. We have Prada EDP and Prada EDT. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so what we're going to be doing today is trying to break down which of these two you should buy. So we have the original Prada Ocean Eau de Toilette right here, was released in 2021, and then we have the new big brother to it that was released earlier this year. I do believe it was released in April. Obviously, everything about the bottles look very similar, almost identical. So I guess first thing we're gonna do now is I've got some test strips here. We're gonna get some sprays on test strips and break it down. All right, so we're gonna start off with the EDT version. Just go ahead and set that here. And next we're gonna switch to the Luna Rosa bottles as a whole, the Luna Rosa line, they all have very good atomizers. I don't think the Prada Luna Rosa has made a bad cologne yet. All of them are very good, very top tier. This is one of the few, Ocean is one of the few that they have decided to make in a more concentrated blend. All right, so we got our EDT and our EDP, got them labeled though. Got them labeled, though, upside down. Got them labeled, that way everybody can see that. So to me, the Eau de Toilette is immediately fresher and cleaner. It's a little lighter, it's not as dark as the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum, it's so much smoother. It's warmer, it's more inviting. Whenever you wear it, it's just a very inviting smell. I'm gonna go ahead and get into a little bit of the note breakdown on these. So for the Eau de Toilette, this one is a little more citrusy, so it's gonna have top notes of bergamot, pink pepper, and I hope I say this right, Artemisia. I do not know how to say that, I'm sorry. You're gonna get the middle notes of lavender, iris, sage, suede, and saffron. And then you're gonna end up with the base notes of musk, Haitian vetiver, caramel, and patchouli. To me, the EDT version is just, it's fresher, it's cleaner, it's leaner. To me, this is more of a pure summer daytime fragrance. I will say one thing that's funny about both of these is the name's Ocean. There's nothing oceanic about these other than fresh and clean, deep. This is to switch gears to the Eau de Parfum. This is a very deep blended cologne. I'll go ahead and go over the notes. Some of these. The top note is going to be grapefruit. That's going to give you that sweet, soft opening. The middle notes are woody notes. If I'm not mistaken, the wood notes that I was able to find are different forms of cedar and frankincense. And the base note is going to be vanilla and amber extreme. And that, I feel like on the Eau de Parfum, that is where you're going to get some of. That's where you're gonna get some of that warmth from. That's where you're gonna get some of that invitingness from, is the vanilla and the amber. The Eau de Toilette, on the other hand, it's not as smooth on the full scent profile, but to me it's just a little bit better. The reason for that being is the note breakdown is a little more complex. To me, whenever you think of a clean, fresh scent called Ocean, you're gonna think of this more than this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get into the pricing of these a little bit. This one being a newer release. This one, as I said, this was Ocean Eau de Parfum was released in April of this year, and Ocean Eau de Toilette was released in August of 21. So the pricing on the Eau de Toilette, unfortunately, when it comes to, I like to give retail and discounters pricing. Unfortunately, when it comes to discounters, most Pradas aren't really in the discounter warehouse, and if they are, they're not very discounted. The 100 ml in the Eau de Toilette is going to run you about 110 to 120 on average from retail. Discounters lessens the blow a little bit, but not much. Unfortunately, not a dramatic difference. Your average discounter for the Eau de Toilette for the 100 ml is going to be about 100. It's going to be between 90 and 100. Lessons blow a little bit, but it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't save the wallet a lot like some of the other brands do. And then when we switch gears to the Eau de Parfum, with this being so new, a handful of discounters don't even have this yet. And what ones do have it, it's virtually not discounted. So you can get this from a Dillard's, Macy's for about the $130 range. To find this at a discounter's, I checked 5 different sites and they all went somewhere between the 110 to 115 range. With it being the first week of the month, some sites have done different discounts code throughout the month. So this could be maybe beat down a little bit, but between how new it is, the concentration that it is, and the name brand that it is, normally these don't get discounted very much. Like the Eau de Toilette, you know, from retail to discounters is only about a $20 difference. Kind of seeing the same thing with the Eau de Parfum right now. So between these two right here, if you're looking for more of a fresh daytime summer scent, this is going to be for you. This is a very, it's very aromatic, it's very musky, it's not as warm and inviting as the Eau de Parfum, but it is still going to be very good. It's still going to get you some compliments. It's still going to be a cologne that you should be able to reach to, maybe even for a signature scent. So this one, you're going to get some citrus, you're going to get some fresh spicy, you're going to get a little musky, maybe a little powdery, very aromatic, very light on the senses when it first hits you, as compared to this one. So when you spray this one is smoother. This one's deeper and it's a little more projection heavy. So this one's going to be a lot more noticeable off the nose. So to me, I can pick up a lot of vanilla in this, not really much citrus other than the initial spray. You can definitely pick up some of the amberness. That's how you get some of that warmth, that sweet, warmth, inviting smell from this. So if you're looking for more of a nighttime fragrance, you know, the Prada Ocean Eau de Parfum, that'll be more of in your wheelhouse. If you're looking for more of a daytime summer fragrance, the Prada Eau de Toilette's gonna be in your wheelhouse. To me, the Eau de Toilette was a little more unique at the time of release. Prada Eau de Parfum, I've heard a lot of people compare it to Invictus Victory. There's a lot of similarities drawn between the two. Some of the note breakdowns are a little bit the same, but to me, where I feel that they have a lot of similarities is they're both that warm smell. They're both that warm profile that is still a very good smell, still a very good scent, like 10 out of 10. You can wear this almost anytime, almost anywhere. But it's just this one doesn't kind of have the same uniqueness as the Eau de Toilette does. And when it comes to the performance of these two, the Eau de Toilette is going to give you a lighter performance, but it's going to give you a fresher, more clean smell. The projection on the Eau de Toilette, I feel like projects a little bit more than the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Toilette to me projects between the 2 to 3 foot range. Longevity wise, the longevity isn't quite there like some of the other Luna Rosa Eau de Toilettes. This one is in the 3 to 5 hour wheelhouse, which is still good for an EDT. The Eau de Parfum, on the other hand, I feel like it stays closer to the skin. I feel it has a less of a projection. On my skin, it has less of a projection. It's more of a 1 to 2 foot range. The sillage is very good on this. Kind of a weird way to put it, but it follows behind you well. And the staying power on this one is just better. This is a 5 to 7 hour cologne, especially if you refresh your cologne about halfway through the day. This could very easily turn into an all day cologne. And if you refresh the Eau de Toilette, probably the maximum amount of time you're going to get out of this, even with a refresh, is going to be 12, 13 hours. You refresh the Eau de Parfum, you might get 16, 17 hours out of this thing. Price point wise, it's really going to depend on what you're buying for and what you're planning on doing with it. If financial isn't a factor and you just want a daytime and a nighttime, these could work very well together. I've heard of some people layering these together, laying the Eau de Parfum first and then shortly after layering the Eau de Toilette on it. That way it gets a good blend. I personally have not done that, but I have a friend who has done that and it smells wonderful. Honestly, if you have both, layering these might be the best of both worlds, because you're going to get some of that deep, sophisticated, warm, inviting smell out of this one, but you're also going to switch up and get some of that clean, that fresh, that iris, that lavender, a little lipsticky. Like, I don't particularly, even if it's the same brand as this, I'm particularly not the biggest fan of layering 2 different colognes on top of themselves. I've gotten a bunch of really good results from doing that. Just me personally, I kind of don't like doing that. I like to layer the cologne on itself and getting the most out of that one fragrance, because that's kind of what you want to buy it for. That's going to wrap up the video for these. It's kind of a breakdown between the two of these, kind of a buyer's guide. The final, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the final thought on this one is, if you want a good summer, fall, daytime fragrance, this will be the one for you. If you're more of that deep, more sophisticated, little bit bigger punch, longer lasting, go with the Eau de Parfum. But the scent profile did change dramatically between the two of these when they went to the higher concentration. They do not, to me, they do not smell similar, but they each still smell very, very good as a standalone cologne. So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and wrap these up. Hopefully somebody can take away something from this. Hopefully this video has helped someone out. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.